How's it going, YouTube? Same principle again. We do not risk more than 3% for the day. And we're looking for the first one is the fair value gap. See what the macro does at 950 to 1010. And we'll be demo trading the 2022 model or the breaker or propulsion block. So what's a propulsion block? It's basically after leaving an order block, price should be respecting the order block as a retracement, and then there's going to be another retracement into the propulsion block supporting the order block, such as if we go, this is the 15-minute right here. Let's say this candle was a bit like higher. I'll use this one. Doing on a closed candle right here. This would be the order block. And then inside of this order block, we would have another down closed candle in a bullish market. And what price did here was go into this propulsion block, not going under the closing price, then rallying higher. Another example would be right here. Let's say that this candle on the 15-minute was higher. Price barely touched it, but this would be the order block. Then price would touch it, touch the order block, making this a propulsion block. But something else happened where it left this fair value gap and then used it as an inversion. So this would be an order block, and then price would use those two to support the idea that price would go higher. So we have the inversion fair value gap, and we have this down close candle to the upside. You can see price touch the opening price of this down close candle. So if we go here and we look up, the opening price is 28,974 and 0.75. So this one right here, the low of it. Okay, so 974. The low of this is 972.50. Just perfect. We still have the new week opening gap down here. If we look more on the higher time frame, this is what the market is looking like so far. Just going up. If we look at the ES, same thing. And the Dow, I would assume it's going to do a code bar, such as this right here. But so far, I'm going to drop down to the 4-minute since we seem bullish. 4-minute, we have this SIBI. We have the SIBI. And we have another one right here on the ES. So I'm just keep my focus on the NASDAQ. 930 is open. 930 New York Open is on the move. I'm gonna drop down to the 1-minute. mark up some points of interest. So on my second monitor, I have the 30-minute and the 5-minute. And the 5-minute, let's see what it does. I'll have to do anything until the 950. But if there's something that interests me, I'll take a low risk entry. I wouldn't risk more than 0.5%. Maybe I'd risk like 0.5%, no more than 0.5%. Cause there's some setup, such as the first presented fair value gap, or um the 2022 model where it would support my entries, such as taking a short-term high, market structure shift, and then retracement into something such as a breaker, fair value gap, or order block. But in this case right here, right when I was marking this up, I just wanted to see if price would support this breaker right here. So we took out the high, market structure shift. This is the lowest down the not close candle. We have like a tiny up close candle here, but I'll still include it. You can see price closing at the lower portion of this breaker right here. We also have this order block right here. If we add the middle point, you can see how price then even reached the middle point of this order block. So far, we have relative equal lows here. Boom. And we have a short-term low at 801. And we have relative equal lows here. So let's see. Right here. We do have event horizon, meaning it's the middle point of the two relative equal lows. So if we look on the 15-minute right here, I would anchor it into this one. So fib from here to here, middle point would be right here. I'll put this in yellow now, since it's the middle point. This is my target. So far, the short-term low has been taken. We're still waiting for the first one, the fair value gap. We can see. Can wait 20 seconds, see if it's willing to reach back into this. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna start slow. I'm gonna do 2 since it's Monday and I could be wrong. So sell, and we do have the new week opening gap right here. That's why I'm looking for lower prices. Stop loss here. Risking 1.5%. It's laggy, but I should be in right now, and then my TP be at event horizon right here. See how it goes. It says the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, same thing is happening up here, where it took out a short-term high, pierced through the low, then retracement into a breaker. I'm gonna put the 5 minute on the left side so y'all can see. But same thing's going on here. We have many things supporting the idea that price would go lower. I'm gonna do no sync. But inside of this price action, this would be the first positive fair value gap at 933. On my entry here at the lower part of it, and my stop is at the first candle that makes the first positive fair value gap. Right here, I'm gonna do sell side tag. Right now it's going up, but on the 32nd, we do have this SIBI. And right here would be the propulsion block that I was talking about this morning. So on the 1 minute, we have these up close candle right here. These up close candle, and then this would be an order block, and this one right here would be the propulsion block. So I'm gonna copy it right here. And then I'll put it more red. This propulsion block. This one, order block. Put it above this and edit this one as event horizon of 510 620 510 620. I don't have sorry, I don't have any news so far, but price is just hanging around this first presented fair value gap. This one right here. See. Close. Motion block has been tagged. I'll move my stop just above the proportion block. So if it moves above it, I know that I'm wrong. And I am wrong. Nothing wrong with that. You have to look at it from the perspective of what's your P&L by the end of the month. So far Monday, starting the second week of June, I am down 1.5%. So like I said at the beginning, I'm risking 1% when there's a first presented fair value gap. We had sell side here and the new week opening gap here. And it was coupled with multiple stuff, such as the proportion block. You can see it, price closing under the middle point. I guess my entry was very early, but in the perfect world, it would support the idea, not even go at the 75% of it, and then just rip through all of these people that was in the buying position. So proportion block is showing support. We'll see if price goes back down and then support the first presented fair value gap. That's what I'm waiting for. And I'll put the same risk unless price show weakness off of this see as an inversion, but we'll see. We just have to wait. Right here though, when I was marking up, well, it was a breaker, but now it's an order block. This would be the breaker. That was a breaker, but now I'm just outlining this order block. It would have been a perfect entry, putting the stop here, targeting this sell side. So from the bottom part of it, right here. Oops. 2-to-1 risk to reward, which is what my most of my models are. I rarely go like 30-to-1 risk to reward. Usually my trades are 2-to-1 and I have around like 60% win rate. After first relative fair value, yeah. Going towards um the middle point of the opening range gap. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to take notes of and then put it in the journal. You should have a journal. Put your emotions on it, put your strategies on it, and then write down everything that is new to you. Uh, find what works best for you. In my case, what worked for me was the 2022 model, and then after that, it was the silver bullet, and then first benefit fair value. Yeah, those are my top three for to understand like price action. Um, all the other stuff came around as I was reading price action. Like why would price just go like beyond where my stuff is at, such as this one. Like I didn't know about the proportion block until this year. Like I'm still learning every single day after 5 years. But there's nothing wrong with getting stopped out. So if we remove this and all I knew was the first one to the fair value gap, this would have been an issue. Like, why? And this is the reason why. Order block, proportion block so far. If we would have kept the breaker that I outlined, let's see if price went down into it. It did not. Did not reach the bottom part of it. So as I was saying earlier, I wanted to see this, and we're entering the macro. So I'm gonna put my sell here. I'm gonna risk 1%, and then same target. From this point, if I'm risking 1%, make this much, I'll be up 4%. We're at the 950 macro. And this BISI, I'm using it as inversion. Why this one? It is the first BISI after 930. So this one is the first SIBI and this one is the first BISI. First SIBI, first BISI. Just like that. I got the 30 seconds though. It used the lower portion of this BISI, and we have this tiny SIBI right here. I'm gonna do no sync. Looking at the 5 minute chart and my 30-minute one, and so far my focus is on this one. If we look at the regular trading hours, you can see there's a huge gap here, and you throw a fib at the opening of 9:30 and the close of this, and then we throw in a quadrant. The 25 would be the target. Under the middle point would be event horizon. So I'm gonna go back into it. We have the proportion block. Correct stop placement would be here. And again, 1.5%. And I guess I'll be done for today if I get stopped out, because I'm not what's it called? I'm not losing more than 3% for the day. That was my protocol. And tomorrow, well, I'm gonna look at the calendar real quick. Today there's no news, and you can expect price to just not go into your favor. So tomorrow we don't have no red folder news. We do have one Wednesday and Thursday. So those would be the days where I would risk a little bit more. But Monday there was nothing at all. So this is what you could expect price to do, just not go into your favor. If we look at the 5 minute here, we have this high here, and then the one, and this one. Well, let me rephrase. We have the 940 high, the 945 failed to take out the 940 high, and then the next one, the 950, it failed to take out the 945. So what's going on here? And we failed to reach this 1 minute order block. The correct stop placement for the proportion block would be at the very high of it, of the proportion block. So that's where I'm gonna leave my thing at. My stop loss, I mean. So I have sell side. I'm gonna take half of it, half of my position off here at this sell side. Yes, sir. Not trying to be greedy on the Monday, like, and then let it right into these lows right here. We got the London people that held all of these till here. Would I feel safe if I was in the London session holding through this? Probably not. I'd roll my stop into the short term low here. And this is where I have my first partial. The point is, this is not my trade at all. This would be a trade for people that are using blocks such as order blocks or proportion block. This is not a fair value gap session at all. So we took out this short-term low here. And the next one would be the other one that I outlined right here. And half of it's gonna come off. I could honestly just take out the whole position and not be up like 0.5%, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. Sell some liquidity tag. Now, with all of this going on, I would roll my stop back to half of it. Maybe at the lower quadrant of the first positive fair value gap. Or what I'm seeing right now from this, if I measure this, I actually don't want to see price go above 75 of this CB. You can see how it used the lower quadrant here. I'm gonna mark it up. So is this a volume imbalance? If we zoom in, it is a volume imbalance. So boom. Let me use this one as a silver bullet. And then like this, just like this. My stop would be above this. Touch the 957 fair value gap. I don't like how the 30-minute is looking like, so I'm gonna close 1% in profit. So far, let's see how it went so far. So far, I'm up half percent. Um, yeah, there we go. Middle point. The reason why I closed my trade was because if we look at the 30-minute candle, we have all of this, and price can't just go up and fill this, and I don't like that at all. And we took out this short-term low too. So I did the right thing. Look, I would have been stopped out here, 0.5% instead of 1%. Well, I would have had 0.5% of profit instead of 1%. So far, so good. It's kind of hard, to be honest. Like, the correct entries would have been off the propulsion block, but I'm not blaming myself for it. If I look at my executions, execution mark, I entered off this lower portion of this fair value gap, shaded in orange. I got stopped out here at the upper half of this propulsion block. And right here, I had my entry, 2 contracts, 2 micro, because I'm working with a 20,000 account. I used this blue shaded area, this blue BISI, used it as inversion. You can see the arrow. My stop was above the propulsion block high. Then right here, just use the middle point, close around the middle point to then go seek lower prices. It's just this one and this one that I outlined this morning. Took one off at sell side liquidity and then took my whole position since I didn't like how the 30-minute was looking like. So I put the 30-minute on the top left, and I didn't like how it could go back into this. Let's see here. It failed to fill this 957 fair value gap. There's still this tiny gap here, but it's nice to see that it's respecting the order block here, propulsion block, and then so far we're respecting this. Barely, I mean barely respecting this fair value gap, but you can see price close under it. Close under the middle point. On the 5-minute, do we have an immediate rebalance? Barely. On the propulsion block until the short-term low, sell side. Same thing again. Only 2 risk to reward. You have to adjust your position based on how volatile the candles are. I put this in original because this color is not coloring. Well, that's too much. I guess the original color is 25. And then the green one, 25. Boom, boom, boom. And it is a 2-to-1 receiver reward from this propulsion block, having to stop at the height of the propulsion block and targeting short-term low. So 60 points might seem like a lot, but you really have to like have a system where this 68 point stop, you would adjust it so it's not more than what your risk is. So in my case, no more than 1%, but it didn't go like 1.5% because my entry was at the just under the propulsion block of this scene. Used that in as inversion. But enough yapping. There's too much stuff on my screen right now. You have this first positive fair value gap shaded in orange. Price failed to go into it. It's nice to see it have weakness, and we'll see if in the 10-hour it can leave a silver bullet for us to target these relative equal lows here. So we're just waiting. We are just waiting. Boom. Right now I touched the first positive fair value gap. We'll just remove this real quick. I'm gatekeeping. It did touch the upper quadrant of the opening range gap though. All right. So got a message from my friend. Um. All right, we have this representative already out here that I'm looking at. Middle point failed to reach it. He's still messaging me, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes from there. 15 minute. 15 minutes looking great. 1-2 retracement into a down close candle from 8:45. Jesus. God damn. It went into this 9:55. But I don't like how it's just hanging around this rectangle right here. But it's understandable since there's no news today. So I'll just tape read, to be honest. I'm up like 0.5% for Monday. What a good way to start the week. But I'll be done tape reading until like 11. Nice. This one, I'll leave it for 30-second chart. But from the first one to Fair Valley Gap, it closed just under the middle point of it, so that's cool. I removed the quadrant. I'm remove the quadrant from the 9:57, and my focus is on the middle point of the regular trading hours. You can see price going to the upper quadrant of it. Let's look at ES real quick. ES, it's similar. Dao is being the Dao. But one thing that happens um, sometimes is price would take out the low at the, let me show, from this regular trading hours time, well, hours. When there's a huge gap, it would just take out the short-term low and then rally higher. It wouldn't even reach the middle point. So I'm gonna look if price does that, and then we'll target this short-term high here. Buy side. But price is so slow today. Again, because there's no news today, and it's permissible that price is just being indecisive right here. But the market I would be trading is something like this. You have the 930 here, and then 931, 931, it left this BISI. It's fairly in the form of a BISI. And then went under it, went back up, closed at the lower portion, open. That would have been a good sell opportunity right here off this first planted fair value gap from Friday from the previous week. Price right lower. We have an up close candle in the downtrend. So I'll put this in red. I was tape reading this. It was NFP, just saying. And there was this fair value gap here in the form of a SIBI that I'm gonna leave in orange. Tapped it. 2-to-1 risk to reward. 40 points. So stop is above the middle point of this up close candle, this order block. And I just witnessed this happen real time last week. And you know, not being greedy. Watch this. Price did not respect it until 11 o'clock. I'll go back to today. When I was looking at the last week, well, Friday's price action, I missed this one at 10:21. It reached the first predicted fair value gap once again. We'll look at ES real quick. ES, there's still a lower low. You can see price in the 1 minute just closing under this. Let's go to C. back into the first resistance fair value gap. We close above it. We might use the first presented fair value gap as support to go higher, seek buy side. So right here, didn't go under the upper quadrant of this regular trading hours gap. Whoops. Got short term high here. Still not closing above it. I'm still waiting for it, and then I'll see what's the business afterwards. I'm still getting messages from my friend. Even on the 30-second, it closed. There we go. Close above it. If I were to take a position here, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? I'm gonna just do one contract and then I'll risk one. Let's do 1-1. 1-1. Let's do 1-2. Alright, let's see. 1-2. If we go on the 50-minute right here. 30. It's not bad. I'm gonna aim for this 11:30 Sibi. So in a 30-second, it touched this 1 minute. Tiny, 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 tiny Sibi. Sync globally, as you can see right here. Then it's rallying higher. I'm gonna put my stop here. I'm risking 0.5%. And get stopped out. I'll be at break even, but I'll be fine. I'm looking to like pyramid. Pyramid of this 1026 pissy. Then I guess my stop would be here. I'd be risking 1%. Just take most of my position off here. 1-2. I set liquidity here. Maybe just above it a little bit. see it use the middle point beautifully here as an inversion. This 955 SIBI turned into support. I'll move the middle point of this and this one because there's way too many lines. Let me do this right here. $33, $13, $33, put it 13. Since it's not my focus anymore. This also, it's not my focus anymore, so I'll put it to 13. And this one, 13. Then my focus is on this first positive fair value gap. And inside of it is the 955 CB turned into support. What I was talking about earlier was in the regular trading hours, there's a huge gap, and price would leave a short-term low, and then would take out the short-term low to then go the opposite direction. So I was talking about how it could potentially take out this low and then go higher, but there is this low right here that it took out. Sorry, let me rephrase. It was a 935 low on the 1 minute, and they took it out at 957, and now it's using that low instead of this that I was anticipating, and then taking out that low is just going up. It's using the versus the fair value gap as support. You can see the price are closing above it, way above it. It's not even at the upper quadrant, so I like what I'm seeing. Quick scalp, like 1 or 2. It's not very quick since there's no news. Damn, bars. I got some bars right here. Anyways, 1 to 2 risk to reward. Like I said, most of my trades are like 1 or 2. Well, 2 to 1 risk to reward. My stop loss placement. It's at the first candle that makes the fair value gap. So I use this fair value gap. I'll put this one in like the gray one. So this is the fair value gap, the gray one. And when does the fair value gap? There's the first candle, such as this one, the second candle, and then the third candle. And in this case, I'm using the first candles of this fair value gap as a stop placement. And it's a 1 to 2, 2 to 1 risk to reward so far. And we have this down closed candle that I like, and it shouldn't close at the middle point of this. So as I was saying, it shouldn't close at the middle point of it right here. It wicked through, but the bodies are still above it. So that's one more confirmation that we're in the right direction I really want to see it close above these relative equal highs here, then seek buy side. On the 1 minute, we did close above the middle point of this propulsion block. We're at the top of it. Now, next target would be buy side liquidity right here. And I'll be up 2%. Be up 2%, risking 1%. Come on, I wanna dance in the dark. Come on. There we go. A little bit more. A little bit more. It might go higher, to be honest. Like, look at this. Look at this price. We got relative equal highs here, short-term high here. It's crazy. Just a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. Let's see what ES is doing. Okay. Micro, let's see NASDAQ. Went back into propulsion block. Bodies are still closing above it. Matter of time now. Come on. I just moved my stop here. Should I get like 1% at least? I don't want to see it. Go like at the upper quadrant of this propulsion block shaded in dark red. At least I'm gonna make 1%, but come on. Touched it again. The propulsion block. The bearish propulsion block actually. And seeking the buy side liquidity. Not only that, just going up above it a little bit more to take me out. Whoa. I don't like this at all. At this point, I don't even care. Phil is on the move. But if we look at the 30-second here, bodies are still closing just above the propulsion block. Take out the short-term low here. And a little bit more. Come on. Right here. Bro, the tease is real. I want to know why? I'm gonna keep repeating it. There's no news today, so it's like, it's teasing. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna take half off. Yo. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm taking half off. Okay. I could leave like an SMT right here. Okay, good thing I took half off, because what is this? I'm just trying to entertain, like, I would have definitely take all my thing off. All my position off. There we go. Alright, so where's my phone? I'm charging it. Should be up like 1.5%. Yeah, 1.5%. People are probably shitting themselves right now. Fuck. On both sides. Fuck, it didn't take out the buy side. I'm still in position. Or the other one would be like, I didn't take my limit order and it's just running lower. I just missed it. Let me chase it real quick. Now I'm playing. Not making fun of people, it's just like, what would go through my mind if that were to happen? Um, I guess in the past. But again, we've had all these moves that we sort of missed out on, but you know, that is what it is. I'm here though. More than 40 handles and satisfied. Could have been, I guess, more aggressive. If there was news today, like I would have been a little bit more aggressive. My stop at the lower quadrant of this blue shaded area. Maybe added at the middle point, and then propulsion block here, because this one's an order block after leaving a fair value gap. Order block in gray, and then propulsion block inside of this propulsion block. Trying to aim for the short-term high here. It was great. Let me put my execution mark. So add my first entry. First entry at the first one's in fair value gap. Using as support. And then I think second entry was of this 1026 fair value gap. It was a little bit early, but here, then go to pyramid and here again, the middle point, we're here, and then off this order block, the proportion, and then take most of my position off at the high here or event horizon. But so far, what I'm seeing is it's using this bearish proportion block, the middle point of it, as support. Then giving this price action here. Is it gonna take out the high? Come on, come on. Yep, there we go. There we go. And that is it for this morning. So you can be right about your analysis, but your entries and your stop loss and your psychology once you're in the position is something that you have to work on also. Like close my position at the upper quadrant of this propulsion block, but I used the middle point. Something I can work on, but though it was a sort of easy read, it still took like a long time before it hit the target. Like if there were to be like a red folder news, it would have went up like right away. Not right away, but like not in like 10 minutes or so. Look at this, 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. So I have the 1050 macro. You know, I forgot to record. I was about to do like a video of like different PD arrays such as I'm gonna gatekeep it. I'll just do it. But it's so nice. Seeing how price just went into the targets that I outlined. Got it wrong a little bit. Got it wrong right here where I thought it would just sweep this low and then go higher, but it just swept this one and then gyrated under it and go higher. This is the first fair value gap here at 1028. this. I would put this in like green. Is this one blue? Colorblind. It is blue. Macros is in play. Macros in play. 1050 to 1110. Let's see what it does. We're at the high of the day. Got the high here. And would this be a market maker sell model? Since I'm up 1.5%, I'll risk 0.5% with one contract. Right here. Why? We're at the height of the day, and we're in the 150 macro, and we have this here right here. Could be wrong. Seeing 0.5% would be 100, so I'm just 100. I get stopped at, I'm still up 1% for the day. Goal is to be up 2 to 3% for the week, so I am wrong. Alright, I'm done. Yeah, but 2 to 3% for the week times 4, I'd be up 8% for the month, or 12%, which is really good. But I had a nice read, risking not more than 1% in this market. But coming Wednesday and Thursday, the day that they have Fed folder news, I should be cleaner than this, so ain't nothing to worry about. I'm gonna leave this intact. I'm gonna leave this one also. Good. Can go back into it and close the wick through and close the middle point. Seven minutes left until I close the stream. Macro 50. Order block. Eh. $50. $50. I'm putting at the lower part of it, of this order block. Do a quick 1 to 2 or 0 word. Use this. You see? I'm gonna add one more. Add one more. Instead of risking 0.5%. Let's do 1. That risk was way too tight, so I'm letting it breathe. We have this order block that I'm gonna put in green. Order block, putting in green. Block right here. It didn't close at the lower part, so that's good. We have the fair value gap shaded in blue. It respected it at the middle point at 1050. And it could, my stop is right under this ray gap here. I want to see this unfilled, so if it goes down to it, I'm losing 1%. No big deal. Back to break even. But the risk is 1% to get 2%. So far, we still have all of this price action up here. We have all of this price action from the previous week, so it's reasonable for price to go higher and clear all these people here. The rule was you're not risking more than 3%. But so far, I'm at 1%. I like this. 1 or 2, scalp. Sorry, 2 to 1. So, just like this one, we have an order block shaded in red, and then propulsion block here after reaching the order block. And same thing is happening here with this. So we have order block shaded in green. Come on, there we go. Order block shaded in green. Price fell to go under it. And now we have a propulsion block. Even deeper green. Just like this. Order block. Price went lower. Retracement into order block, leaving an up close candle in the bearish market. Well, not in the bearish market, but in bearish price action, and it will leave this as a propulsion block. He used half. It went above half of the propulsion block, but closed under, closed near the middle point once more here, and then went lower to seek lower price, such as this low right here and this short-term low right here. Try that. price reversed. Use the first one's the fair value gap, shoot it in orange at 1028. Left an order block here. Price failed to go. Well, price failed to close under the middle point of this order block. Used it multiple times here as a potential entry. The upper part of this down close candle. Right higher, and then retracement to this propulsion block, the middle point, and then took out buy side finally. And then with the propulsion block, we have an order block inside of this blue shaded fair value gap. Price closed above the order block, leaving these three down close candle as a propulsion block. So I can be a little bit more aggressive here. I'm gonna put my stop at the lower portion of this propulsion block, and let's see if I can pyramid off of this propulsion block. I'm barely risking anything here. As you can see, it respected it 3 times until this, and I'm expecting price to do the same thing here with this propulsion block shaded in green. So far I'm at 1%, I'm aiming for 2%, but I'm looking to be a little bit more aggressive here. So have all of this price run. We have this down close candle. If you look at the 30-minute here, there is this SIBI right here, and that would be our target. So far, there hasn't been an opportunity for me to pyramid. I didn't pay attention to the 30-second, but the 30-second, there was this tiny SIBI. Right here, if we zoom in. We do have an immediate rebalance here that I could pyramid off of. Immediate rebalance, and then it went down into this down close candle. I'm gonna add one more just for the sake of it. I'm gonna leave my stop intact. I'm still risking 1%, but I'll be making 2.5%. I like how the bodies are closing above this tiny SIBI. I'm actually gonna be at break even. You might stop at break even. So I'll have no risk. It's not gonna hurt me if it stops me out. It's a no risk position. But there's also this on the 30-minute. There's also this SIBI that it could use as support. then go to the next city right here on the 30-minute. There we go. It's got this short-term high. I'm gonna take, what's my position off from this point? I'm gonna take my position. Whoa. Hold on. There we go. Okay. And I don't want to see it go. I mean, I'm put it at break even, but I don't want to see it go at the middle point of it. I added 2 more instead of closing 2, but I did the right thing by closing it, not being fucking greedy here. But still no risk. No risk position. Gonna be up 0.5% again off of this. And then I'll be actually done. Because I have no idea what it could do during the lunch hour. Like it could just rip through all of these people that was buying the lunch hour. I don't trade the lunch hour. I only trade from 9 until 11. I have this 2-hour window where I have a little bit more than 3 PD array, but I'm being content with what I've got. So far it's nice. Use the middle point also. Use this tiny Sibi. Then added one more. Added one more here off this Sibi on the 32nd. Then here I just added 2 by accident, and then I closed like 4, leaving 1 position left for it to reach this 30-minute Sibi. Let's see here. I'm gonna just let it play out. It was an awesome read today, even though the market was not as clean. It's still readable, but it takes a lot of patience. I'm actually gonna do a market review real quick. Let's think here. How should I start my video? I might do it real time right here. I'll be AFK for a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. A little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. Mm, just a tiny bit. Just a little bit. A tiny bit more. I'm gonna roll my stop. I'm gonna roll my stop at just under this down close candle. If it really wants to go higher, it shouldn't go under this. It could go into this though, so you know what? I'll leave it back to break even. Or here. Here's fine. $20. Pizza. Pizza money. Let's see how much I'm up so far. With my accident of adding two more instead of taking out two contracts. So far I'm up 2.5%. And if this target is being hit, I'll be up 3%, which is very good for the week because I'm aiming for 2 to 3% for the week. So that my P&L by the end of the month is 8 to 12% in return. Now it's being code bar here, gyrating around these two 30-minute Zibi. But in the perfect world, it would just go here and then I'd be done. Oh man, a little bit more, just 20 handles. 20 handles. People are thinking, oh, it's just going sideways here, so might as well just go lower. That candle was right here was a tiny bait. Then people are gonna get stopped out here, and then the price would go into this 30-minute civvy. As I was saying, taking out this short-term high. Price is still closing under though. $15-minute. We're looking at the 15-minute candle here. Just took out the high. I was just hanging around here. This point. At this point, it could do either, to be honest. It could go into this or just go down into this 30 minutes to be. It is very slow. I might close it. Just 0.5%. 100 would be here. There we go, I'm out. Alright, I'm gonna do the video right now.